Hello, my beautiful Geminis. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome back. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. A little bit under the weather today. Feels like a cold is trying to get into my body, but I'm doing everything I can to ward it off. So, right now, I can still talk, so we'll proceed with these weekly readings, and hopefully, I can get through them all. All right, so Gemini, for the upcoming week, this is the energies coming in for you using my Council of Horses Oracle, because we're in the year of the Fire Horse, and as I said, I would be using that throughout this year. My Animal Oracle, and then my Gilded Tarot Royale. So let's see, without further ado, what came out for you from the Council of Horses. This is Chiron's Way, finding wisdom in the wound. Chiron is the wounded healer in the planetary system in your birth chart. So you may want to look at the placement of Chiron in your birth chart just for some more insight on this. Finding wisdom in the wound. Sorry, let me hold this back up for you. The card matches my clothes. Oh. Nature and nurture, embodied healing, beauty from brokenness. The world needs healing, but start within. Find the beauty in the places where you've been broken. Yeah, so Geminis, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, I'm not... It's either a Chinese or Japanese tradition where if they break a piece of pottery, they put it back together with gold in the cracks. Say, they're stronger and they've learned from that. And sometimes when we fall and we pick ourselves up, we have learned a valuable lesson about something or someone. So keep that in mind. Where have you learned lessons, or where are you broken that you can pay attention to that right now? Because I feel like it's sort of highlighted what has happened to you. Maybe you're thinking about something that happened to you and you can figure out how to take wisdom and strength from that so that you can move on. That's kind of what Spirit is giving me right now, is to definitely use your wounds as stepping stones to your greatness. Wow, thank you, Spirit. Okay, I'm going to pause this, face the camera down as we pull the tarot. Be right back. Okay, my beautiful Geminis. So now we're going to shuffle the tarot and see what comes out for a message from there. But, definitely I have learned a lot from my wounds, from everything that I've been through. Every hurt, pain, loss has made me who I am now. And I do often say this, that, I wouldn't take any of it back, even as hard as it was, because all of those things made me who I am now. Like, I wouldn't be this same person. I wouldn't have the knowledge, the wisdom, the caring, that I have right now, the understanding I have for people that go through things like abusive relationships and being near having friends or family that are abuse drugs, that are addicted. If I didn't go through all the painful things in my life, I wouldn't be me. So, it's hard, but trust me, while I was going through any of those things, breakups and divorces and custody battles and all those things, oh my goodness, I didn't see the wisdom in it for sure. I mean, there were days I didn't want to get out of bed. I was like, I'm tired of fighting this fight. I'm just, but when you get through it, then you can see the wisdom in it. But boy, it's hard. You got to have good friends. You got to have love all around you to get through Excuse me, so funny. When I was talking about the challenges, the Nine of Wands came out. When I was talking about friends and family, the Four of Wands came out. And those cards correlate with what I was saying. And, even when it's hard to stay positive, when things feel so negative and defeated around you, it's really important to do whatever you can to raise your vibration. Just looking at flower, whatever it is that makes you feel a little bit of joy, right? And we also can't feel guilty when we're feeling joyful in the middle of a painful situation. We have to sometimes to keep our sanity, right, Geminis? Okay. So building on the wounded healer, finding wisdom in the wound, I think it said, you then have the Two of Cups. This is partnership. Cups are water signs, their emotion, their love, their nurturing, their flow. Now, here you have the 2 cups with the rainbow. You have the masculine and feminine, right? 2 sides of a coin, but their third eyes are communicating there. So, 2s being balance and choice, cups being emotion. You may have some choice that coming up to do with partnership. Now, it can be a relationship partnership, but it can be just a partnership in business or a friendship, something like that. So be aware of that. Then you have the Wheel of Fortune. This is Sagittarius energy. Fire sign. The wheel is always spinning. So right now, where are you going to get off? This is what Spirit is giving me. So sometimes I get different messages about this card. So you're looking around, and so the vision that he's giving me, why did I say he? Well, whoever the guide is giving me this, it's almost like you're on a merry-go-round or a carousel, and you're looking around and you're trying to decide, okay, should I get off here or here or here? It's like you have some choices to make, and you're trying to figure out how to go forward. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never had that particular message come out with the Wheel of Fortune. So, Geminis, you're trying to decide which way to go, literally. Do I stay here? It could be a home, a job, a partnership. I'm not saying it's a place, but it can be whatever it is you're trying to decide where to get off the merry-go-round, so to speak. 9 of Swords. It looks like you're beating yourself up about it. So you have a choice to make, but you're lying awake at night. She's in bed, all these swords, these are her thoughts, right? Above her, when she has an owl right outside the window that can help her. Don't get caught up in that. If this is like a person who's ruminating, thinking about something over and over and over and over, working themselves up so they can't even sleep. Let me get a sip of tea. Which is not the state that you want to be in, right? So, you can soften that, right? You can soften that. When you're getting into that kind of a state, and believe you me, I have done it before. Don't want to revisit that, but you can soften it. You just have to find the thing that works for you. I used to picture myself at this childhood place that I really loved that would calm me down. So when I would start getting into that panic anxiety thing, that's what I would do. So figure out what it is that you can think of that will immediately ground you and bring you back from panic, and then use that. Okay, then you have this 4 of Wands. This is the happy family card. It is sometimes called the 1111 card because of the placement of the wands, but it is a happy family, protected and safe in between those wands. So what Spirit is saying is that this issue here may not have to do with your family, because your family is your safe and sacred space where you go. Maybe some of you haven't shared this with either your mom or dad or spouse, partner, what have you, sister, brother. And I feel like if you were to seek advice from a trusted, family member that they would give you good, solid, sound advice. So just, use your gut instinct as to who that should be for you. And then you have this hanging man. This is seeing it in a different perspective. So this whole situation that you're dealing with here, you may need to try to see it from the other person's perspective. What are they seeing, right? What are they seeing in your behavior, in your words, in your conversation, in order to understand maybe why they're reacting the way that they are? Wow, this is quite a message. It could be for a specific few, right? Yeah. Using your wounds to figure this out, right? What you're going to choose, using the wisdom from your wounds, I should say, right? What you've learned from being hurt in the past. Not letting this get away from you, calling on that family member you can confide in, seeing it from that other person's point of view. And your guides are also trying to come through with a message. You see those two cardinals? So whoever it is that you have in spirit that you were close to when they were here, but also it's your guides, the guides that you came to Earth School with. They are trying to tell you something. This is the Page of Wands, which is action and passion. This is something new, Geminis, that you are passionate about, that you want to take action on. But I really feel like there's a big message here about grounding in, listening to your gut, listening to your guides, learning how to navigate things by grounding yourself. That's really what I hear. Now, your animal oracle is number 41. That's a 5. That's change. Embrace challenges with calmness and grace. Oh my gosh, what were we talking about right through here? Right? Calming down, right? What you can use to calm down. Embrace challenges with calmness and grace. Wow, Spirit. They always wrap this up. I didn't read that card before the message, and I'm sitting here going, wow. All right, Geminis. Well, look at what you've been through. Think about what you've learned. Thinking about partnerships, how you're moving on, not letting yourself get caught up in the loop of worrying. Remembering that you do have a soul group, a family group. Family can be those we choose, remember, where you have a confidant. See it from the other person's point of view and let in the messages that Spirit is trying to bring you. Listen to your gut instincts, in other words. And calmness and grace as you carry on. I hope that this has helped in some way. Please do give it a like, a thumbs up, a share, or a subscribe if you're not. Thank you so much for being here. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.